All good, all good, all good. Um, we're gonna give a minute or two for people to start rolling in here now that the notifications have been sent out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This should be a pretty fun stream. It is Friday the 13th. I will say that again here in a minute, but it is Friday the 13th, so I think we're gonna do some villainry today. We're gonna get some villainous action down or done, and I'm stoked for it. I built something pretty cool for you guys to check out today. We'll get into all that here in a minute after some more people have rolled in here. But good day, morning, afternoon, whatever it is for you. Um, we're kind of in a limbo state with the daylight savings times and such. So um, people might take an extra hour to get here from the usual. Like there are probably some people surprised right now that the notification's coming in right now. you know, um, but
I just need to quickly think of a daily theme and set it, and that will ping more people.
yeah, try to as a form of harassment, just ping constant, like find every source to ping at once and be like, here's this and
Hi.
this. Hey, good to see you, Reps.
It was a good job. I'm late. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. No rush.
I had things going on.
It's good to see you, Joel. Good to see you, Tanner. Good to see you, Draxler. Of course, Enid and Golden Pasta as well. Thank you guys so much for being there. It's what is it? I very much want to dive into some spooky stuff today, given it's Friday the 13th, and like I said when we were rolling things out here, it's gonna be we're gonna do some villainous stuff today. We'll see how this goes.
Hi.
There's
Oh
Raps.
yeah,
Yay.
there's me.
um, so at this
Oh,
point,
I'm
yeah,
prepared.
yeah. No, you take your time. You take your time. I'm not gonna like rush into things today. It is indeed Friday. I hope you guys are having a really nice Friday. Um, I am. I should be okay. If my internet stutters at all, it's because we just got a forecast that we're gonna get 3 feet of snow from now until Sunday. So I'm gonna have a lot of shoveling to do over the next 48 hours. I feel like this is kind of a rather spontaneous blizzard. Yes, even more
I'll gladly
so.
trade you.
Yeah, you have ice,
Here,
right? You just have ice.
no, here it's been between freezing and 70 and extremely high winds and rain. It went from tornadoes a bit south one day to snowing the next.
Yeah, we had a tornado come through southern Michigan, and that thing was brutal. Like there was multiple systems that came through, and a couple people got hurt and stuff, and that sucks. But weather's been wild over the last couple weeks, at least here in the United States, and at least for me, it's just been a ton of snow. I went skiing for the first time in a while, so that was nice. Um, but it's 87 degrees here. And so I have to laugh at Enid's message here because it says, to me, my brain said it's 87 effing degrees here. I love I love abbreviations for cursing like that. It's too funny. That's what I said. Okay, yeah, there you go. When I see Humanities in Conflict, it's a pretty cute little drawing of Raps and myself just hanging out. I love this art style. It's this like storybook anime aesthetic that I really do dig it. It's super cute. I love it. If you could share the prompt that you did for this Humanities in Conflict, I'd be very curious to see it. Um, but at this point, what I'm gonna do for you guys is, seeing as it's Friday the 13th, we last stream we created a villain. We created a villain that I have since named Grimware. He is a robot Grim Reaper. And I want to do a little intro video for you guys. Now, this is very rough. I admittedly kind of did this over the last 2 days or so, even though I've been generating stuff for it for a little while. I really this is just a version one. So I want to introduce the villain to you guys first, and then we'll get into how you guys are going to respond to this villain by creating heroes that are designed to fight this hero or this villain, right? So that's the fun thing that I was expecting to do today. If you guys are down, that we would try to beat the crap out of Grimware. and figure out his weaknesses and do all this kind of stuff. So here is the intro for Grimware, and we'll just take it from there. There's no audio, so don't worry about anything. You're not missing anything if you don't hear nothing. It just clips. But here you go. Yeah.
Ooh, ha, 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 ha.
Your time has come to an end. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So I made this with Midjourney Video. And the idea with this was like I just wanted like a robotic electric movement, and then we would composite him over this. I didn't get to that. I got some pretty cool movement through the city and some reactions from him. There's a lot of like him standing on top of Big Ben that I didn't use. But we'll get to that eventually today. I feel like it's going to be a lot more fun to design villains around, or sorry, heroes that are going to be fighting Grimware, and then we'll composite that and turn it into video for you guys today. I'm probably going to explain all this again in an hour when the European folks are able to come in.
Oh
There's
God, yeah, of course. Nobody knows.
nobody
knows.
when is daylight savings time in Germany? Like you said, it's a couple weeks from now, right?
Yeah, it's in a few weeks.
Right. So I fully expect there to be some latecomers today. So we'll get started. We'll get making stuff already, and then when they come in, I'll probably end up showing this again at the top of the hour. So let's
get a little baseline here. Who is here? Just write something in VC text or emote or do something. I want to see everybody who's here and actually watching do something. There is a few people. Okay. There's the usual suspects. Hello. Welcome. Nice to have you here.
Lurking.
Nice that you're here early. This is great. You're lurking. Maybe you're not lurking. No.
You officially are no longer lurking by doing that, by the way. like you've ended your lurking streak just now. But
right back having monitor issues. Oh.
I'll go.
Well, there will for sure be people coming. Do we start? Yeah, I should probably start this now. We will see how it goes. I have prepared you, Victor, a little bit. I have something ready.
Yes, if you want to take over.
Are you fine with me?
Yes, please do it.
Oh yeah, I will just take over. I will become big. And yeah, today is Friday the 13th. So I'm gonna press this button because this is not a normal Friday the 13th. No. We have a special year this year. We're gonna getting Friday the 13th 3 times. And this is the second time. And the last time we did the usual things for Friday the 13th. All the cursed things. But you know who didn't get cursed? Me and Victor. Do you know who also didn't get cursed? You guys. But today we're gonna change that. I have prepared a little game for you all. And a little game for us. Now, I'm gonna post a link in a second where you guys can register and get cursed. And you will become cursed, but you will also become our curse. So it is important, I cannot emphasize this enough, that Ancient and Kinky and Victor and myself, to a certain degree, don't look at the thing. No clicky. No noisiness. You just do the thing today as normal. But everybody else is gonna get to play a little game with us. Okay?
Alrighty, I won't touch nothing. I'll focus on Grimware while you guys do that. That'll be fun.
This won't work if we look. Yeah, what is for Ancient? Wait. Are you saying you would you
Ah!
like to play a game? Yes, yes. So, you guys can go on Friday the 13th. The exclusive special thing on 13curses.rhapsody.me and register. And in a second, we should see on the screen pop up above me everybody who registers for the challenge. Compasta is cursed, Jolak is cursed, and you will find a set of special challenges on the site that you can fulfill while the stream is running. And every time you claim that you fulfilled a challenge, it will pop up above me. And we will see who progresses through the hidden secret challenges the most, and maybe have a look in the show after the show about how everybody did. And this should be pretty fun. I hope, at least. Maybe it also becomes total chaos, but I guess that is okay too.
It is Friday the 13th, after all.
Yes. Yes. Click on the thing. Become cursed.
Yeah, you'll see the link here. Rhapsody shared it inside of VC Text. So we have enough people for me to do a little intro for the folks here who are new. If you are on the Discord here, you're going to see just above the oops, wrong channel. There we go. Just what is it, above the stage here, you're going to see VC Create and VC Text. VC Create is where we're prompting things together, and where we're going to be like collaborating and working on stuff. But VC Text is where the chat is on the left side here that you see for me, and this is where you're going to be able to interact with the stream, and also click on Rhapsody's link here in order to get cursed for today. Receive your Friday the 13th curse by clicking that link. In fact, I'm going to highlight it
Also,
for you guys here with a screaming me.
Yeah. Apparently, we also. I'm going to post the link more often, but also apparently, Kinky got so cursed that she went off stage.
Yeah. Well, we'll see her when she gets back. I am very curious to see what you guys do with that. But I'm from here though. I think I'm just gonna get started with how I produced Grimware and what it took to make that. Is that all right, Reps?
Yeah, you can just continue as normal. Nothing weird will happen
Nothing
today, for
weird.
sure.
Nothing weird's gonna happen.
No. Everything will be fine. You just do your usual stuff. Like, if anybody has questions or problems about that, just DM me or whatever. I will handle this in the background, kinda. If there is things popping up. But you should be fine, Victor. You don't worry about it at all.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Well, let's first dig into the character portal, which is on the Gnarly Studios server. I'm gonna link that for you guys here. I'm gonna link you guys directly to Grimware's character portal entry because this is where you guys are going to be helping me make this anime villain intro for this character. So the idea here is that our character portal is a place to submit your original characters, but also to work on other people's characters too. So I'm going to link this here. I'll just describe it really quick as the Grimware character portal entry. There we go. If you guys click that, that's where you can deposit like, your finished stuff that you make with this character. So we're going to be getting into some pretty basic stuff when it comes to how to create these images, including image prompts and all that sort of stuff. But for now, if you make anything cool that you consider adjacent to this character, just post it in there, and that'll be our repository for today. But the character portal is really neat. It's a really fun way to collaborate and to make cool things together. Do you see there's just so many? We have over like 200 or so characters now, and many of them represent real people too. So like you're gonna get a ping, or they're gonna get a ping if you submit original characters to them. So I'll be getting a ping every time you guys use this. But I've posted the little intro video for Grimware already inside of this post here. So. What I have included is the initial reference images we made on our last stream. So for the way that this was produced was actually by taking a silhouetted character. We asked for a character to reveal itself with Midjourney video from a silhouette, and Grimware appeared from that silhouette. It was a really cool way to make a villain, pop up like that. We'll be showing you guys how to do all that. But you can see I've been running a bunch of videos to test this character out. And essentially what we're going to do to bring him back using Niji 7, we are going to use image prompts and style references to do so. So inside of VC Create, you can see some people already starting to mess with the stuff I've provided here. But if you scroll on up, you'll find the original, like one of the results that I have here. And this was done by using this image here, this result of Grimware as a style reference, which is going to pull the color temperature, the line weight, and other details of the image that are pretty nuanced. And apply that to all your future generations by applying this as a style reference. Sometimes I will be jumping to the Midjourney website. It's just a little more cleaner to show off certain features like style reference. But for now, basically you can see the code here is hyphen hyphen sref and then the image there. At the front of the prompt is what is called an image prompt, and this is what is guiding the composition of this image. So if you notice, this is the final result that I had come up with for this moment right before Grimware touches the ground and breaks the ground. And the way I got this was by using this image here as an image prompt. This actually comes from Midjourney Video. So the idea is that we make a rough draft with Midjourney Video, take the frames from that, and then make really, really developed or high production versions of that. That depending on the value that we've set for the image weight, which I've set pretty low for this one, will dictate how much of that composition is preserved and how much of it we allow Midjourney to kind of embellish on and make new choices on. The higher that number is, the more it's going to be um, like the image that we provide. So we ideally want that number a bit lower so we get a lot of creative freedom from Midjourney to really make this image better. So what we can do to kind of control, at least for Niji 7 right now, we do not have the tools that we've had with previous versions of Midjourney right now. Like character referencing and such. You're more than welcome to dive back into those older versions of Midjourney, the older models. But I'm going to show you guys how I did it with Niji 7 first. So let's first go ahead and reprompt this. I'm just going to use /imagine to do it and just copy and paste the prompt. So I will copy up in here and then paste that image. Now the thing is that I have produced this Photoshop document here, and the Photoshop document is just I'm not gonna stick on this page very long, but this is just me working with storyboards basically. If I zoom into here, you'll see that I have various storyboards of Grimware doing different things, standing on top of a big clock, landing, making an imposing, threatening stance, like that kind of stuff. So let's take this image here and use it as a new image prompt to guide our results. Okay, so I'm going to go to my layers here, make sure that I have this image selected, copy this image, and then bring ourselves back over to Midjourney here. And I just want to make sure this image is somewhere saved. So I'm actually going to link it to you guys here inside of VC text, just so you guys have it. And you can see the older version of it a bit more with a bit more detail. The eyes are not fully developed. There's things that have been then simplified from this character because of the lower resolution video output. But we're just going to right click on this image and hit copy image address, and then replace the start of this prompt with that image. That's going to make this the new image prompt for this. And we want to just describe what we're seeing inside of this image. So we're seeing that he's holding the scythe with a strong force perspective. We're going to describe that now in order to recreate this result. Let's go ahead and say the robot Grim Reaper wearing a hat instead of floats above the ground of a war-torn European city. We're going to say holds his scythe with at a strong forced perspective. The scythe is enveloped in blue electrostatic lightning. All right, let's go with that at first and see what we get. Now, I do have the style reference and the way, these are all parameters I've set before, but we're going to try messing with some of this stuff and see where it goes. Um, I see Azir. Azir has showed up to fight Grimware. We have our first challenger, I see. I want to see more challengers like this by taking characters from the character portal and seeing how they do with this style reference. You can see that what Tanner did here was they used version 7 and then an sref of their character. And version 7's a little better, a little more. Let's see. Did you do this as an Omni reference? I noticed this is an upscale, so I'm not seeing all the steps you took to make this image. But I am curious, Tanner, what you used to actually pull the character in, if it was CREF or something like that. I'm curious, but we'll dive into how they made that here in a minute. But what I'm mostly trying to do now, Azure is an OREF. The SREF was one of your SREFs. Okay, cool. All right, so this is an Omni reference from version 7, so that's pretty cool. We'll mess with that here in a minute to show you guys how that was made and just recreate that process here. But let's take a look at what we got with our first image prompt result here. So here's the robot Grim Reaper holding the scythe with lightning enveloping it. And you can see that the strong force perspective is more kind of like a low angle shot here. There's a lot of cool stuff that's in this, don't get me wrong, but we want to get it closer to what the image prompt is. So to do that, I'm going to increase the image weight of this result. So, or this parameter here. You see IW 0.4. We're going to increase that to something like, let's do 1.4. We can go up to 2. But with 1.4, it should be a lot more like this image in terms of the like where the shape languages are, where the scythe is, where the lightning is, all that sort of stuff, where the character sits in the image. The higher that number is, the more likely it's going to reproduce that composition, just embellished with new details and things like that. And if we add to the prompt, it will try to add those details as well. So it's kind of a balancing act. And we'll be sure to get these characters all interacting with Grimware by the end of this stream. So if you do have an original character you want to see kick the crap out of this guy, just post it inside of VC Text or VC Create. VC Text, we're more likely to see it. Sometimes things can fly by on VC Create, but that is going to be the way to interact with it. Ooh, I'm liking some of this stuff from Golem here. This fourth one here is real rad. Anything that has like the full trench coat and no mouth, like no visible mouth, I'm all down for. Okay. All right. So now with the higher image weight, look at this. All right, we're getting a lot closer. We do need to say that the scythe is kind of like taking over the frame, but we're gotten to the point where it's just re-rolling to get to the character at this point. So I do like the fourth result. It is common also for images to mirror or flip when doing this. So let's go ahead and now try to embellish on the actual wording of the prompt to maybe get us a bit closer to the focus on the scythe. So I'm going to say the robot Grim Reaper wearing a hat holding his scythe at a strong force perspective. I will also mention a strong force perspective is where we start to use filmmaking terminology in order to guide the results a bit more accurately. I highly recommend, looking up like film terms, like terminology related to making movies and whatnot, particularly of cameras and cinematography terminology, because that's going to help you a ton at speed running this stuff, because you'll instantly be able to describe the kind of shot that you want to make. There is plenty of websites out there where they give you like examples of what these things are, but we'll get into that probably a little later after we dive into this a bit. But I just to compare these results, I really do want this site to be like pointed at the audience, right? So the Grim Reaper wearing a hat, holding his scythe, is pointing his scythe at us. I'm going to say instead is pointing his large, menacing scythe at us with a strong, forced perspective. Okay, and I'll keep the rest of the prompt the same here. That should work. Let's see how much better this is, and we'll adjust parameters as needed here. I'm seeing some fun stuff. Ooh. I do like it. I'm curious. I see you've merged the characters now. This is I troll for using a profile code there. I'm curious what you guys end up doing with this stuff uh, as a style reference as well. Like we might want to explore this war-torn European city a bit as well. So let's do that while we wait for this render here. I'm going to just copy the style reference by itself. And we're going to make a new prompt here. /imagine. Paste that sref into there. Let's set the aspect ratio to be appropriate for a little anime video here. So let's do 16:9. And then I am going to say that this is a war-torn European city. I haven't really decided. I wrote London at one point, but I haven't decided what city. I think we get more interesting results by just describing European city loosely. And then anyone that is like from the city that's clear reference to be like, oh, that's Barcelona or something like. I feel like that would be more fun. So let's do war torn European city, and I can embellish on exactly what I want to see inside of the city. Like, is there a giant crater in the middle of it? Is it the middle of a bad storm? Like all that kind of stuff we're gonna dig into here. And I see you're messing around with this fungi. It won't grow. It's metal. Okay. So now that we're waiting on the war torn city, let's take a look at this. Ooh, okay. Yes, we have our at least a much stronger menacing like angle. We definitely need to re-roll this a couple times, I feel like. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna re-roll this, and I'm gonna add a new parameter on there called repeat. Repeat. Actually, I don't know if this works for re-rolls, but let's do it anyway. Repeat 5, then hit submit. You could do this on a fresh prompt that is based. Okay, yes, it worked. So we hit yes on here. And essentially, repeat just does the same prompt. It's pretty self-explanatory. But we'll see what this one does as we repeat this and maybe get the site that a stronger perspective here. I see you guys are having a lot of fun with Grimware, which is super cool. I have so much fun with you guys when it comes to making this stuff. I cannot wait until we have a couple of heroes lined up in order to see what the who's gonna kick Grimware's butt today. Okay, cool. So you can see just how much influence the image prompt actually has on like the color palette and all that kind of stuff on here. So we probably want to reincorporate one of my image references to make sure the color palette is the same, because this is like basically during the day, right? As soon as we reintroduce that image prompt, we are far more likely to get a dark, cloudy sky. Now, I could also just prompt for that, okay? But I want to show you guys both so we can get a good idea of this. And while these ones are coming in here, let's go ahead and reintroduce this image prompt. But this time, the purpose of the image prompt isn't to capture the composition. It's to set to finish the gaps of what the sref isn't doing here. So let's go ahead and take this image prompt here. I'm going to use this one because it's just a good kind of wide shot of a city here. So let's go ahead and use that. And instead of describing the villain here, we're going to try to just use it as a reference for this city. So let's say a war-torn European city at night. Let's also do foggy thunderstorm. And now we are going to paste the image prompt there, but this time I'm going to set the image prompt to a very low number. We're going to set this to 0.1, so 0.1 basically. And the idea with that is it's not going to take almost any of the composition at all. It's just going to use the colors and the loose shapes of this image to kind of guide this result. So let's see what we get off of that. Off of my repeat here, we definitely got the good, like this is what I was aiming for here, was this perspective here. So first one I see immediately has it, so that's good. Let's go for this one as well. No. I'm not worried about the double sights. The double sights we can easily fix with the editor, so we'll get to that here in a bit. But I do like a lot of these are preserving the perspective at least. So let's go ahead now. And let's do a variation off of this result. And the reason why I want to do a variation off this result is because there are certain details that I feel are within reach, but are not in this image. And a variation subtle is going to preserve the composition that we had taken from this image prompt earlier. And variation strong, however, is going to change the composition. So let's go ahead and do both so you guys can see. But I'm going to hit submit on these here. When you hit these variation buttons or the reroll button and you're not seeing this window pop up that lets you edit the prompt as you iterate on this, that is because you do not have remix mode on. So if you type /settings like so, you're going to find remix mode. Just make sure that button is green, as in it's turned on, and then you'll be able to edit the prompts as they come in. I see you guys are throwing me into the ring as well. That's fun. I'm curious to see what you guys do with that. Ooh, ooh, a wide angle shot of a dark Belgian city. Okay, yeah, you're already bringing my home country back, or bringing my home country into this situation. This is
Oh
something
yeah.
real rad. I trolled for you. This first one is like a corruption of sorts enveloping a city. It's just so neat looking. Um, why did that not upscale? Come on, do it. Do it. There you go. This one here, I think this is rad. Where it's just like this corruption that's coming off of this tower that's popped up in the middle of this open area. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
that's crazy, especially like with the angle of the shot.
Right.
Like I can really imagine like a camera flying by there.
You don't have to
Oh,
imagine it either.
Compasta
You
has
can.
claimed the summoning, and Compasta has now been touched by the curse.
Ooh.
Great work, great work.
I'll be very curious to see what happens with that.
Also,
Um,
Anu has claimed the prophecy. Well done, get more cursed.
love it, love it. So let's go ahead. I think I've already found the image that I want to use, but let's go ahead and keep upscaling these really quick. Um, yes, I love the influence of. Let's see here. I want to just see this war torn city though. I'm curious of my initial result. Did it not process? I guess it failed. Let me dive back down here and see if it's here. I don't think so. Okay. So I as much as I do, oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. So this is the one using a point 0.1 image weight. You could see just how much freedom we've given Midjourney, but how much better it is at matching the color palettes than if we did not use the image prompts. So let's compare these two really quick. I think this is pretty important for you guys. Image prompting is the oldest way to work with images with Midjourney, but I will say this: it is an underutilized feature because this is with the image prompt and this is without the image prompt. We did describe it as a night sky with clouds and storms, sure, but look at just how much brighter and how much more just middle of the day pretty it is. When that's not what we want. We want this. we want it to be menacing and dark and have all these things. And I could go in and just keep prompt engineering that, but why would I do that when I already have the images to guide this result? Just use a very low image weight. So this is all super rad, but now let's try to tie this to Grimware. Like, oh, maybe he comes from this building, or maybe the mad scientist who created him. I know that Fungi Mancer made a little comic talking about the mad scientist who because another scientist fixed death, like ended death for everyone on the planet. They're like, nah, let's bring death back, and they made a robot that kills everybody. That was basically the bit, and I thought that was really fun. But you could find that comic actually right here. It's inside of the Grimware's post here, so definitely check that out. It's inside of his character portal entry already. Um, but what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use the same method that I used to he'd be fighting death himself, an angel versus death. Yes, it's very appropriate. But what I want to do is I want to tie these scenes together. I want to be able to utilize the Midjourney video model, the way that I used it in the trailer that I showed you guys, or like the little character reveal that I showed at the start of the stream here. And the way that I did that was by using start and end video frames. So basically asking Midjourney to hallucinate in between these frames is where the majority of the image prompts for tonight are going to come from. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one of these building results here. We could keep re-rolling this. I really want to keep efficient with you guys today, so feel free to embellish on these how you want. But I really want to keep moving here. So I'm just going to take one of the results here. Where is it? There it is. There's the war-torn city. I'm going to take, let's just say, this fourth result here. Okay. And then I'll take that fourth result, and we are just going to copy this image. And before we process this at all, we need to make sure that it is ready for video. And the thing about this image is that it's not. It has one little issue, which is there are black bars at the top and bottom, which you can't see when I'm zoomed in, but you can see it when I'm zoomed out. So let's go ahead and hit Vary Region on this result. And I'm going to use the box selection tool in Discord here. I actually find this to be a little faster than the editor on the website because I am just doing it all here. I'm basically just going to hallucinate these edges of the frame here. And I do not want to use the image prompt for this because image prompting kind of screws up this sort of in-painting. At least for when you're describing stuff like this, you can keep the sref in there. But we're going to just get rid of the image prompt. Because again, that the entire intention of an image prompt, especially at higher values, is to preserve the composition or just to kind of remake this image. And instead, we're not wanting to do that. We want to hallucinate nice, clean edges of this frame here. So that's what this did here. That's good. Let's go ahead and hit upres on the third one here. All right. So now we have what is going to be our end frame. Okay. And the reason I say that this is an end frame is because I want to be able to basically, this is the destruction that Grimware had just caused, and we need to make him like causing this destruction. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit copy image here, and then I'm going to jump us over to the website to do this because it's a little bit easier to see some of the tools that are on the website. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the image button here on the top left, and I am going to click on start frame here and just paste the image into the bar here. And the thing is that we don't actually need this as a start frame. It needs to be an end frame, but we need to allow the images to upload first. So let's let this finish. Okay. And now I'm just going to drag this over to end frame. There you go. And now I'll hop ourselves back over to the Discord, and we're going to take this frame of Grimware here. Now the thing is that he's got there's only really one issue in my opinion with this result, and that is his mouth and the kind of dread-like hair that's here. So let's edit that as well. We're going to pop ourselves back into the region editor here, and this time we're going to use the lasso tool in order to select the hair and this mouth shape, because like I said, he doesn't have a mouth. It's a think of it like a speaker. He just has a speaker in he has a speaker grill at best. He does not have a mouth. So we're gonna have to make sure that in order to keep continuity that we remove his mouth. But I'm gonna try to keep everything else pretty loosey goosey. I mean, that's the other benefit of doing noir kind of dark stuff is that you don't really need to be too worried about character consistency right off the bat. Darth Vader mouth, but yeah. But let's go ahead and now that we have this selected here, we'll take away the image prompt. We really don't want that. Technically, most people's mouths are speakers. Yes, yeah. You have to make sure that you're not being ableist and say most. you know. But let's go ahead and see if there's any other inconsistencies here. I'm going to go ahead and take care of the top of the hat here as well. You should be wearing a tall hat. So let's say tall under our text here. And we notice that we also have the same thing we saw earlier with the edges of the frame. So let's go ahead and switch ourselves to box select and just go ahead and select the very tops and bottoms of this prompt here. That should be good. I'm going to go ahead and hit submit. If it's not for any reason, it means we need to lower the number of words that are in our prompt to just get a more clean result here. So, oh, we already have some mid-journey video here. Oh no, that's my edit. My bad, my bad. Usually when I see four of the same frame, I'm now trained to assume that that's video. But ooh, ooh, I do see we got a video upscale here. Nice. Okay, okay, okay. So this is pretty common with Midjourney video too, by the way, where the transitions are kind of weird. Like they don't really make much sense, but that's fine because we could use this as image prompting for guiding the sort of results that we want. So for example, if I wanted just the scene of this slow zoom and reveal of what this like kind of evil portal is up here, then I would just take the frame here and take this frame and then generate only between these two frames and then get a nice slow reveal of this thing and just completely cut this out or save this as a separate frame for another generation later. I know this is an end frame, so you already did that, but let's see here. Okay. Is this my edit? Yes, it is. Okay. So what I want to do here is I just want to look for the one without the mouth. Let's go for this one here, the fourth one. And the hat is a little short still, so I want to go in there and just do one more region edit. Let's just do a quick box select at the top of the hat. We'll actually give ourselves plenty of extra room. He might look a little like Abe Lincoln, but we'll see what we do there and get rid of the side of the jaw here. And that will be it for that. And that should be good. I mean, we should be able to get a really nice starting frame off of this. And for anyone that is new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Victor Gnarly. I didn't actually intro any of the people here. My bad. I got too excited about today's stream being Friday the 13th.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome. And 45 minutes after the stream started, my name is Victor Gnarly. I'm a former visual effects artist for various Adult Swim shows like Robot Chicken, Moral Oral, and whatnot. And now I'm making cool stuff like this with you guys. So I would love to see you guys hop in here and collaborate with myself and also Rhapsody here.
Hello.
She does
Welcome.
she does some pretty amazing stuff behind the scenes while we're working on stuff, and whenever she comes in and features the content that you guys are doing, she's just such a great showman when it comes to especially getting you all hyped up for what we're going to be doing today. So
I try my best, and today everybody is gonna get cursed. If you're new here and I see that there's a lot more people here than before, you can join in on the fun and complete some nice little cursed challenges if you go to this website. Also, by the way, I just noticed your proofs are a little bit broken, so don't worry about that too much. But you can still do the challenges and become cursed and become our curse. Yeah, we already have some people on the leaderboard claiming curses and doing the thing. So we'll see what happens.
the scam is you get cursed. Okay. Let's go ahead and now let's see. Okay, we got our tall hat here. Awesome. And he doesn't look too much like Abe Lincoln. I was kind of laughing at the idea that this is what happened here has been touched by the curse. I see. Someone else has been touched by the curse.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So we
evil Rhapsody.
Good.
I don't know who Evil Rhapsody is, but it's not me.
Okay. Let's go ahead and now hop ourselves back to the Midjourney website using this now modified version of Grimware that we've done. Again, we got to this by using image prompts, so I'm really teaching you guys like some old school techniques that goes back all the way to version 4 Midjourney. But it is super handy to do this this way. So let's check this out now. Let's go to Start Frame and then paste our new image of Grimware here. So what I want to do now is I want to say that this is a robot Grim Reaper. Casting electrostatic energy beams. Not beams. I don't really like beams. I don't like beams. I like charged electrical like kind of stuff. So let's go for that more. Robot group casting electrostatic energy shock that let's just say, because what I'm kind of imagining here is that this would be the destruction of the city, right? So like it's kind of like shooting into the various parts of the city. So let's go ahead and say that this is that causes explosions across this war-torn European city. Okay, and that emit from his scythe. I'm going to add that as well. And then we'll submit that. And we'll see how it does. We'll do it with high motion as well. Huh?
Yeah. I was just thinking if there's anything else that I would add to the prompt. It's a pretty good one.
Let's start off with this, and then I'm going to show you guys a super cool technique using Midjourney Video to bring your stuff to life in a way that you've never thought of before. And this is one of my favorite tricks with Midjourney Video, and I hope you guys do utilize it. We are going to use what is called a blank frame. So I'm going to reuse this prompt, but this time I'm going to drag the start frame to the end frame. And now for the start frame, I am going to add a particular file. This is a 16:9 alpha channel. So we talked about this in the last stream. We had a new member come in here asking what an alpha channel was. And an alpha channel is literally nothing. It's just nothing. It's a frame that is 16:9. It's important that the image is 16:9. And just so you guys go ahead.
Not really. Like an alpha channel is a channel in an image like red, green, and blue that is identifying transparency in your image.
True.
So in this case, it is nothing because everything is set to be transparent at 100%.
Right. You can vary between values of alpha channels are just kind of core to like graphic design, image, just anything related to images that don't have backgrounds. That if your image is like not a perfectly square JPEG or whatever, not perfectly square, but a rigid box shape or box rectangular shape JPEG, then it's most likely a PNG with an alpha channel. So even though I think JPEGs also have alpha channels, depending on what version you're using. I don't know. I mostly just do videos, so.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and dig into this really quick. So what I'm doing here is I'm applying this alpha channel, and in fact, I'll make it a little more obvious for you guys as well. So inside of Photoshop here, just really quick, I'm bouncing out of this. I'm going to drag and drop this alpha channel into Photoshop, and you see that it is quite literally just blank. It has nothing but what is this checker pattern that's here. It's probably hard for you guys to see with the bit rate, but that checkerboard pattern represents the alpha channel. Okay, so the idea here is that with this alpha channel, we can now basically tell Midjourney to hallucinate the entire beginning of the video and what the starting frame is, and then end at this. Okay, so let's just have a anime action sequence. Okay, I'm just leaving a very ambiguous prompt here. I'm doing it is because if I now hit submit on this, it's going to start with that alpha channel, which is nothing, and then hallucinate everything up until it gets to that point based on what's written on your prompt. Okay, so when you see all of the and I'll show you guys my After Effects file here. Switch back over to here. So this is the alpha. This is the After Effects project file for the trailer, the intros video that you guys watched earlier. And the way that this was cut together was by just taking the sequences and then cutting out the beginning and end frames. And the reason why is because on their own, they have like a flash of white. And I took advantage of that for certain frames, like right here. This transition is just a flash of white from the start frame. But by using the alpha channel technique, I was able to get all sorts of crazy movements of this lightning bolt through the sky and through the war-torn city, and then revealing with him here. This is another alpha channel. All these actually are alpha channel reveals. So super cool way to use Midjourney Video. So let's go ahead and see what that is doing. So you can see we're already getting some action like from Grimware here, just off of this initial render here. But let's go ahead and see what we got off of this war-torn attack here. It seems a little unforgiving for what I asked it to do, so I might want to reverse the start and end frames for this one. Yeah, that one's not very good. That one has some potential with certain frames, but I really do think that what's going to take for this one is to see what the alpha channel reveal of this does, especially when it comes to these large landscape shots here. The lightning is definitely being way too static for this, sadly. So we're going to mess around with that here in a minute. But if we look at some of these results that I had by using the alpha channels here, like this one here, this was the result that I used in the video. And you could see the raw version of it. He just kind of dangles in the sky there at the top, right? This was all hallucinated all the way through here. So this is awesome. This is so cool to be able to do it this way. So we're basically leaning on this in order to make this really dynamic and interesting, and almost feel like we're watching the show as we're making it. So let's go ahead and take the image prompt here. What is Golem linking here? Oh. Okay. Let's go ahead and now grab one of these. I want to.
Vampire sponge.
No. Something happened?
What? No, I'm just looking at Gom's things, and there's cool stuff in VC Create. You should look into that at one point.
Yeah, we're gonna dig right into there.
Especially in it is like combining her colorful scheme with like more black and white stuff, and Fractal Bob has posted like a very cool animation.
Yeah, I love this. This is really cool. Oh, and I see you guys are already getting in some fighting here.
Spook,
the end of an
the
anime battle
13th,
sequence.
yes.
Sweet. This is great. Ooh.
What's
Why
is he riding a reindeer?
Yeah,
Is it
reindeer.
what?
Yeah, the Christmas hat reindeer. There's a whole lot of holidays mixed in here. And then I see Lolo Soon. He shared this clip earlier, and it's really cool. I definitely dig this. This one was a grok result, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. The amount of realism that gets introduced though with that. Oh, you extended it. Hold on a second. Let's go ahead and I want to actually see this really quick. So let's download this.
Also, hi Lolo Soon. If you're just in here, you might want to join our today cursing, and get cursed and be a curse. Also, yeah, it's about an hour. Europe should show up at any moment now.
This is very cool, Lolo. Night of the Grim Reaper. There you go. March, Friday the 13th. Awesome. A film by director name. Insert director name. That's great. That made me laugh. Thank you for that. That's great.
Film by director name. I feel like director name is going to make a lot of movies in the future, or at least short clips.
Right. Lots of clips coming from director name coming soon. Let's go ahead, and I do see some cool stuff here. I want to dive into this result just a little bit farther though, because I want to see what we get from him moving around. It's okay. So we got some really cool swings here, but it has to be towards the latter half, right around here. But you notice the stick breaks in half, right? And that's because the prompt is just anime action sequence, right? So let's go ahead and describe this as anime action sequence depicting a robot Grim Reaper. Slashing his scythe with a blue electrostatic lightning surrounding him. We'll submit that one, but I want to keep going with actually our first challenger that we saw here, which is hold on. Robots are my specialty from Fungi
Specialty.
That is too funny. That is too funny. Okay, we will also incorporate this character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save all of your all's heroes inside of the project file here, so that we will have them all fighting Grimware at once. Okay. So
oh God, what's him? what's the name for the fruit or thing?
Eggplant.
Eggplant. Yeah.
Yes. It's good. It's good. I'm just going to paste this inside of my library here that I have in Photoshop real quick. Okay, it's backed up. Let's go ahead and get the next hero. Da, 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 da. I see Azure.
Pasta has claimed the time trap. Interesting. And Funky Mezzo has claimed the echo. Well done. Great job. I know you have no idea what this all means, Victor.
Yeah, I know, but it's all good. All
You're
good.
getting puppeteered here.
Ooh, I Troll for You has included Azure into this image prompt here, and that's really cool. We're going to use that too. So let me go ahead and back this up. And I'm going to also, oh no, I already have that backed up. Let's go ahead and grab one more. I want to grab Azure himself here. We saw that earlier. Because that result was pretty damn good with using ORF. Okay, so here is the result from Tanner of Azure. So I'm going to copy this image here, paste that in my library, and now inside of Midjourney, let's have these two duke it out with Midjourney Video. So we ran with some alpha channels earlier. The lightning effects are a little rough with him right now in terms of this result. So maybe we want to use one without the lightning effect just to see what we get. But let me go ahead and hit start frame here. Click on that. I gotta refresh this page actually. If you do get this blank bar at the top, that's because whatever you're pasting is kind of like overlapping whatever code is in the bar there. So like the way I get around that, if that does happen, is I will click on add images up here and then paste the images, making sure that that shows up. This bar is clean here. Okay. Let's now grab an image of Grimware. I'm going to use one that clearly shows his scythe. So we want to make sure that we got good view of that. Let's grab, I have a couple of these results here I want to use. Let's grab this one here. I think this one was pretty good. Okay. All right. Now that we have a start frame with our hero and an end frame with the villain, I'm going to say that this is an anime action. Let's go with dark anime. Let's really emphasize that this is meant to be spooky. So a dark anime fight sequence. With a angel knight and a robot grim reaper. Okay, dark anime fight sequence. And then I'm going to say, oh, I said angle instead of angel. Versus a robot grim reaper. And I'll say that there is flashes of blue lightning as the robot reaper scythe swings at the angel. I'm just giving a little bit of direction here, and then I'm going to hit submit on this. There is another parameter for Midjourney Video which can come in handy for this stuff, which is raw. So if we just use the same prompt again, do -- raw, this is going to take your prompt more literally. So it'll kind of randomize. It'll do less random things inside of the result and do more literally what you ask for. But oftentimes with raw prompts, I highly recommend over describing what you want, because that's one of the reasons why results that don't use raw tend to look better, is because they just have tons of extra information that's inside of your image that's being used. But let's go ahead and see what we got with some of your all stuff here. Scroll on down, and then I'm going to bring one of the alpha channel results in so you guys can start messing with that. I see we got some fun out of style stuff here. What is this? Victor what? This is a pretty interesting protagonist here. I'm gonna upscale it just because I think it looks cool. Um, let's
Yeah. Victor Gnarly.
Half the stuff that's random, I'm just going to assume it's from Rhapsody's cursed book thing. So, let's.
You should interact with it. You should do stuff. Like, try using things.
Okay, let's see what we got. I like how this is basically a randomizer for my streams. I like it. The Robot Reaper says AI is coming for your job. Is that what he tells the real Grim Reaper? AI is coming for your job, Mister. Uh, Ooh, I like this. That's pretty brutal, actually. I like the Europe is lurking around the corner. This beast is Europe itself.
Oh yeah.
Spooky Friday action anime. I like it. European show yourself. There you go. If you did it as a silhouette
These
of
are
like
so
a city
cool.
skyline, you can definitely get some cool stuff out of show yourself. Um, all right, how am I doing on this video render here? Okay, we're looking good. Azure, it looks like he has the scythe at one point, so we'll see how much we have to actually swap out some of these prompts here. We might want to describe them as two people hacking and slashing at each other, but what I want to do is I want to bring one of the alpha channel prompts to you guys as well as one of the image prompts that I used earlier. So let's go ahead and grab one of those because I want you guys to be able to use the alpha channels very easily. So I have them already good to go. Let's grab one from earlier that was good. I'm going to go way earlier. Sorry, guys, just a moment. This is me using cref from Niji 6 in order to kind of get some other options for us here. But I want to see probably inside of my... Yes, okay. This is going to be a good result for you guys to mess with here. So I'm going to hit copy job ID on the website. This is going to let you bring it to a Discord server or anywhere else that has the Midjourney bot. Grim Reaper spotted the sewer. This is awesome, fun guy. You got Kinky yelling out. Well, it looks like Kinky anyway. Fractal Bob's going hard with some straight up Grim Reaper. Are the alpha channels available? So the way that you have to do it is you actually have to copy the alpha channel from a prompt here. That's going to be the easiest way to do it. Oh, what? That didn't show. Why did that not show? I probably misclicked something. We'll see. We'll see when this comes up, and then I'll show you guys how to copy it from my prompt to bring it in. Did he steal the scythe? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens here in a minute. It takes a while to get Midjourney videos to show up, so just a second here. Let's take a look at our fight here. Azure becomes the Grim Reaper, which is not a surprise to me. We really need an in-between sequence, an image of them actually hitting each other. So let's do this. Let's do this. I'm going to actually get rid of this end frame, and I'm going to replace it with one of our alpha channels here. And I'm going to say that I'm going to use the exact same prompt, but I'm just going to allow Midjourney to hallucinate what the villain looks like in order for us to put the villain back in later as an image prompt. So we'll submit that here. And then let me take a look at some of these here. Oh, that's better. That's actually way better. Let's go ahead and copy this one over.
I fixed it. You guys should probably reload the 13 curses, by the way. I'm just gonna post this one more time right now. It's just so if somebody is not cursed yet, just fix the images, so things should be better now.
All right. So
Tell me if you see a background image.
Okay. What I'm going to suggest from you guys here is to take a look at this video result that I have. What you'll notice that the starting image here is just blank. It's just blank. So that means we can literally use anything else just by using remix mode to kind of guide this alpha channel here. So if you do have an image, like I'm going to pull something completely random. I'm going to pull just something completely random for you guys. Scroll down to some deep part of you don't even have to have the image be 16:9. It will crop it down to 16:9 for you. So let's just take something random for me here. Actually, also something random for you guys. That's way better. So let's grab one of these results here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Let's grab the eggplant guy.
Lolo has started the shrimp reapering.
Okay, good, good.
And it looks insane. It looks insane, Lolo. This is crazy. What?
Okay. Let's take this actually. So I have an image of Phantasma here that I'm gonna just use to actually no. Let's take the slug guy here. I think the eggplant is way funnier. So let's go ahead and go back to our Discord here. Paste the image of this eggplant guy. Oh shoot, I forgot there's text in it. The thing is about this is that we will have to edit some of these images to be better image prompts for video. The text in here is going to really screw up the results. So let me fix that first. I will just do that quickly with the editor here. So we'll find that result from earlier. Shouldn't be too far back. There it is. I got lucky. And we're going to hit region, vary region. And we're going to use a technique of getting rid of all of the prompt and replacing it with just 2 empty quotes. The reason why is because I don't want any of the text. I don't want any of the things that you wrote. This is my specialty with the speech bubble. We're going to go ahead and hit submit on just that and see if I can get rid of that text really quickly.
In it is writing we don't have fruit reapers, but we do have fruit wraiths. They steal the fruit's life as soon as it enters the kitchen lair.
All right, it doesn't really matter which one we grab from here because it's such a small edit. But now what I'm gonna do with this grumpy eggplant warrior, I'm gonna copy the image address for this. And we are going to reload that prompt that I have with the alpha channel. So we could use this one too. So let's reload this one. And now we're going to paste that link as the end frame. Because we already know that the starting frame is just that empty alpha here. So let's just say that this is a warrior eggplant with a, let's say a water-based machine gun, I guess. I'm curious, and then we're gonna give a premise for it to start this thing. So let's just say, running through the fog. The warrior eggplant reveals himself with a water-based machine gun. I'm just going to say that. Anytime you write the word reveal inside of a Midjourney video prompt, especially with an alpha channel to start or end it with, the reveal function does something really cool, which is it explores what you can, what is it, like having the character come out of shadows or otherwise maybe a bright light makes them visible again. And I've even seen depth of field used for reveals. So like, blurring of the image and then unblurring, for example. But we'll take a look at what you guys got going on here. There's some pretty cool stuff with Grimware I'm noticing.
Is it a TARDIS? Did somebody prompt a TARDIS there?
It looks like it. But let's see. Okay, look, you can see in the preview images exactly what I wrote is what's happening with this eggplant. It's awesome. I love doing reveals with the Midjourney video with this alpha trick. So
yeah, it's one of the best things to do, honestly. Like, it allows so much. You can start from nothing and use your resulting image as a mid-frame. You can also input it to kind of guide an end frame if you want to. Like, in theory, it shouldn't really do anything, but I have found it sometimes just like if you want to fade out if you want to fade out your animation for whatever reason, putting an alpha channel at the end frame can also be interesting.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So, yeah.
There's some pretty cute stuff, and Enid can't help herself but bring the pink in to the equation. The It is certainly true that that's one of the reasons I'm recommending style references too, is just because we are trying to cut this together, which makes it far more consistent. But we can see here that we got a lot of really cool like smoke. Like this is really well animated smoke actually on this third result here. The blue water gun effect is what I'm going to consider a particle effect. And the thing about Midjourney video, and this is true of I feel like of almost any AI video model, is that it doesn't really under the the broccoli assassin. Yes, perfect, perfect. It's every child's nightmare. Um, let's. I was one of those weird kids that liked broccoli. Okay.
Thanks it.
But let's go ahead and make this even better of a result with this eggplant dude. Okay. And the way that we do that is by editing the original image one more time. We are going to provide an edit to remove any particle effects. The smoke we can see animated beautifully. I'm not worried about the smoke. In fact, I think the smoke is what makes it super cool. But what I want to do is I want to take this the original image here. So we're going to take the end frame that we got. I'm going to hit copy, and this time I'm going to use the Midjourney editor for this. Only because it's just another way to edit stuff outside of Discord, and the interface is a little nicer too. So let's hit edit, and then paste our image. It's going to paste it as an image prompt, which we immediately want to get rid of. Oh, it didn't do it that time. That's good. That's cool. This is fine. So we basically, what we want to do is we want to in-paint out this water effect that's here. And then I'm going
noob lady.
Later, noob lady. And then I'm going to copy the prompt that we had from before with a water-based machine gun. Okay. We're going to say the warrior eggplant reveals himself with a water-based machine gun. All right. So I will hop ourselves to the editor here. I'll paste this into here and just say that this is a minigun. It's a machine gun. And instead, we are going to use the water-based prompt for the actual Midjourney video. So the video will be what generates the particle effects rather than what's inside of our original image. Grimware's original result had a lot of like paper scraps floating in the air, or at least it looked like ashes or paper floating in the air. And the thing about that is, they got in the way of the final result. So we want to kind of come into here. It almost looks like a harpoon gun at this point. So let's say it's a minigun. I'll just highlight a little bit more here and say that this is a minigun, minigun barrels. It keeps trying to make it into a freaking rocket launcher. I do like the nozzle end of this though, but let's go ahead and really try to keep this to the original here. So let's first make minigun a singular word. I don't know why that might help, but it might. And let's also grab an image of a minigun barrel. We want to kind of line up with the perspective that we're seeing here, just to help aid this. So it's about. This should be good here. Let's copy this image. And now inside of the editor, I'm just going to paste that image into there. Again, it's going to be an image prompt. Whenever you paste images, it tries to make it a new object for it to add to it. And sometimes you could use this, like only take the barrel ends and use that as the as part of the image. But we don't want that. I'm just going to get rid of that and instead use it as an image prompt up here. I'm going to set the image weight a little lower, so it's something like 0.5. If it's too close to 1, I feel like it's just going to take the colors of that minigun barrel, and I don't really want that. I just want to evoke the general shape of it. So let's go ahead and go to restore. We'll add a little bit back of the barrel here so we can see things. There we go. And I'll hit submit on this now. The idea is that with a half weight of, I'm basically balancing 50-50, just how much of an influence we see here. I'm curious if it's just going to extend the gun and then put a minigun at the end of it.
Yeah,
It
looks like it.
looks like it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, not surprised. All right, let's increase the
So
image
there's a
weight.
second option.
Yeah, what is the
Yeah.
second option?
And if that doesn't work, we can still like just add the front of the minigun.
From the image?
Just add the image again and just edit everything out, place it in the correct location, and then just run another gen on top of that.
Right, right. And we did manage to get it with the higher image weight. So let me do this now. There is no way for me to copy this, so instead I will download the image, and we're basically going to borrow the same image twice. So this is a little weird. It's a little bit of an interesting way to do this, but you go ahead and download the image and then just drag it right back in. This is going to make two layers that are exactly the same. And the idea with this is that I'm going to click on the Smart Select tool, and I'm just going to select the front end of this barrel. Let's do a little bit extra. There we go. And then we will hit Erase Background. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to have this as just a floating asset that I can now put in the front of this gun. I'm going to shrink the scale of it a little bit to match the perspective, because as things are farther away from camera, they they shrink. So we want to make sure we represent that. That's pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layer underneath it. And I'm basically just going to go to the paint tool, and I'm going to start erasing everything else, like everything that was in front of this minigun barrel here. Okay. Ba-ba-bam. Something like this should be good.
Trollneck being courageous, posting a link. Don't overdo it, you will get banned.
So let's see here.
Although I don't know if YouTube links actually ban people from here.
Eggplant. Eggplant holding a minigun. Oh, I need to get rid of the image prompt.
Why do broccoli images keep getting ephemeral? I don't know. Go faster. But I'm getting also a lot of ephemeral images today.
All right, let's take a look at this. So there we go. We got it right here. I'm going to do some very minor cleanup edits here. The idea is just not to edit too much. I just want to get this to where it's a nice clean circle. Okay, we're good there. Let's clean up this little edge here. Are you making the broccoli sauce? Yeah, I'm sure somebody is. They've already done eggplant. They're going to make broccoli sauce too. We'll wait for this guy to finish here. And then we have the start of our eggplant dude. All right.
This is looking great.
Yeah, I'll go with this. I definitely want to emphasize a bit of the barrel itself here. So let's go ahead and maybe try to envelop all of this and say that this is a minigun. I just want to see if it's able to create those barrels, those long barrels. Now I will say the eggplant is not holding the gun in the right place. I think the hand should be more over here, but we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It just turned it into a cannon. That's fine. Okay, let's go back. And I'm just going to download or upscale this one here. Yeah, let's upscale this one. And while that's rendering here, I'm curious if we were able to get... Okay, we need to describe this as a two-handed battle at this point. So let's see. Dark enemy fight sequence featuring two characters. I'm going to go very, very blank here. Dueling. And we will not use raw for this. Okay. This should finish.
Okay, that was Azure transforming into the Scythe dude.
Yes. Yeah, this one didn't work as well, but the alphas of this broccoli are quite funny here. I do like it. But let's go ahead and just a couple more seconds here for this
Why do we
minigun.
always end in kind of? Why do we always end in kind of food wars? When we do battle things, like the last time, I think we had the bread wars, and then we have battling shrimp, and now we have like broccoli and eggplants.
It's just
Everything gets so weird here. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Not weird enough.
it's not weird enough. No. No, I'm down for
You guys need to be more weird.
I'm down for a bunch of fruit and vegetables to take down this Grim Reaper. Azure can back up. He's not complaining. Probably the only food save wars gifts I can post. Yep. Yeah, I bet. Oh, that's some funny stuff here. Oh yeah, I dig that. Oh man. Okay. Let's go ahead and whoa. I'm liking this third one a lot, where the scythe is kind of floating in the air there. Enveloped by blue lightning, you use a stylization of 666. Nice, Lolo. And I see Enid running some video. Nice, nice. It's cute. It's cute. Let's see here. Okay. Go back to my videos here. Let me refresh my browser here real quick. This one is still saying it's starting. Oh, okay, no, it's at 51% now. I'm going to say while unloading, while shooting rapidly, shooting blue bullets from a minigun. We'll let that kind of do its thing here. You can see Azure is rendering. I'm curious if we're able to get them to be actually dueling with another character here with this result. Yes, yes. This is what I meant by the particle effect, guys. Look at this. Brrrr. Like that's what we want. That's what we want. Is we basically
Yes,
give it
yes.
the template, and it's just and then we'll cut that in later.
This is really good.
So
I might even have the right sound effects for that.
Oh, nice, nice.
I have been like reorganizing my creative library over the last week or so, and I have found like 60 gigabytes of sound effects. A lot of them are about guns.
Yeah, and there are sound effects packs that I do recommend you guys pick up if you are getting into sound. It's going to be better than generating stuff, honestly, when it comes to audio, because you get more control of all the bits and bobs of the audio. So my recommendation is actually the guy who made Charlie the Unicorn as an audio SFX library called Film Cow Audio Library, and he records all of it himself. So it's a Creative Commons. I think it's a Creative Commons license. You just need to credit him. But oh man, it is such a great effects library. He's got some really fun alien sounds and things like that. Well, it's good to see you, Twisted Reality. Thanks for coming by.
Yep, bye-bye.
We're almost done.
We maybe should do an early studio sound stream at some point to just do a little workshop to show how to layer sounds on top of like Midjourney animations. That would be cool. I would love to do that.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to put you in charge.
Has been
I'm very bad with audio. I'm so bad with it. It's not my forte. I hired out everybody for any of my like actual shorts that I released when I was working in Hollywood. I hired out audio engineers because I just don't have the right brain for it. I'm a very visual guy. But as Rhapsody knows, with helping me get all my audio line stuff correct, I'm very bad at audio. Unless it's physical wires in front of me that I'm plugging in things, I don't know what's going on.
You're worse than me when it comes to this. I would say I'm cursed when it comes to audio. I love doing it, but I'm always cursed.
The main thing that comes to me, at least when it comes to audio stuff, is that there is a lot of effects libraries that are not free to use that people upload anyway onto the internet. Just be very cautious about that. It There are plenty of ways to find traces of audio and stuff inside of YouTube clips and stuff like that. So yeah, I wouldn't trust it just because another guy used it, clip of it or whatever in their video. I would much rather just you either record it yourself or download it from a effects library that you could trust. Um, but all right, we're almost done with this eggplant here. I see some big brains. I see some brains. Um,
Yeah, Lolo soon said, "Here, take this brain."
yeah, it can. It really can be. Doing your own Foley is a lot of fun. Oh my God, we have
Oh,
him
yeah.
running.
I
We
love
have the
that.
eggplant running. He looks so funny. And he's running. Okay, let me copy this over for you guys, and you guys can pick which ones you want to use. Job ID, and then I'm gonna go inside of VC Create here. Oh God, there's a Dalek. Okay, all right. /show. Paste this image, and that's from J Clay. Thank you, J Clay.
Exterminate.
Exterminate. Well, that's rendering, or that's loading up here. That's pretty cool. I do like the Daleks though. It's pretty fun. Robots versus robots sort of scenario. Um, so the main thing, and one of the reasons you guys
Daleks are not robots.
are they not robots?
No, they are aliens.
I know that they're aliens,
They're
but they're
little
basically
slimy
trash cans.
tentacle Yeah,
Oh,
but
they're
they're little
inside.
slimy tentacle aliens inside.
Oh, okay. See, I don't watch Doctor Who. I just know that I know what they sound like and look
You
like.
should. I feel like Doctor Who is exactly what you would enjoy watching.
I watched 2 seasons with 2 different doctors in it, and I liked it, but I couldn't. Like, it didn't grip me. It just like David Tennant is the only
Okay.
doctor in my opinion. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, my partner on the other hand has watched tons of Doctor Who. So I get enough of it in the periphery from that. But let's see here. Okay, the running animation, definitely upscaling that one because that is just too freaking funny to watch this eggplant running. The bullets though, I think are actually best in the fourth result here, where he's kind of swinging the gun around. And we just need a prompt. This one right here. I got him. I'm gonna get him. That's what I see him saying right here because he is speaking. He is speaking as this is happening. But it is too fun. This is too much fun here. So let's go ahead now. And if we wanted to cut a reaction of Grimware to the eggplant, then we want him dodging these bullets. Right now, we definitely have blue versus blue going on here, but I feel like that can just represent energy itself in this world. So I'm not really too worried about that. Let's go with this result here that's going to help us guide towards this shot of him getting shot at. So let's do.
Gia has claimed the echo.
Ooh.
Well done.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do first. I'm going to get Kinky in here as well. So let me upscale one of these, and I have to do one more little edit here to do this. Another quick region edit. One and two. Again, I'm just trying to make this a full frame 16:9 so that it's pretty clear that we are making videos and that we are not going to have letterboxes and whatnot cropping and frankly ruining a lot of the video results. Because you might think it's little, like, oh, it's just a black line or whatever, but Midjourney will try to justify that line in some way. And if you try to fix it in post, you're going to end up with a lower resolution video at probably at just more cropped in, and that's not going to look good, I promise. So this is going to be good for Kinky here. Her hair kind of comes out of her neck at one point, so let me fix that too.
What's this? Bugs. Lots of bugs. Die, bugs.
I have
Just
opinions,
commenting
but
on
I think if
images
I
above.
had to sell someone on Doctor Who in one episode, it would be Heaven Sent. Okay. I only know I remember the David Tennant one involving cat people. So I think that will forever live in my brain. Like they're like at a hospital race or something. Like there's something I remember involving cat people. Let's go ahead and get Kinky cleaned up here. And
What
now
was that episode? Heaven sent.
there's a good chance of
Oh
seeing it.
yes, it is. It is also my favorite episode of Doctor Who. It
Cat
is
Nuns on New
probably
Earth.
one
Thank you,
of the
Zero.
deepest, most crazy episodes ever. Yeah,
All right.
if you want to watch Doctor Who and have a feeling about what this show can do, go and watch Heaven Sent. Also, hi Zero.
Good to see you.
Do you want to get cursed with us? Do you want to join the curses party today for Friday the 13th? You can do so here. I'm going to just quickly shout out whoever registered as Evil Rhapsody is on top of the leaderboard currently.
Good, good.
I'm going to post it here. Have a look. We have a leaderboard of curses. It's not where is it? There. Evil Rhapsody's leading. Then there's Gompasta behind, and everybody else has like 1 point. So you guys need to step up.
I want to answer a question here. Jay Chalet. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce your last name. Sorry if I butchered that. But is there a way to dial in the flashes of light on the eggplant in the running animation? So the thing is that in order to kind of make this repeatable and believable in a way that may not, because you notice that we get nice blue flashes all through this one here. But the thing is that is because I described them as blue bullets, right? That made it far more consistent to describe what the weaponry like is. But in terms of like this is one of the reasons I say to prompt for this inside of text as opposed to images is because Midjourney is not going to understand what these flashes are as still images. It may get it right by accident, honestly, like every like fifth or sixth render. In the running animation, the blue flashes where they're making the eggplant body illuminate. Okay, let's take a look at that a little more closely. Okay. So I see there's like these little glows. There's like here. Is that what you're talking about? The little glows are something like if you wanted to get rid of that, that would be basically a frame by frame job. But in order to describe that, I would describe that as like uh, uh, not rim light. I'm trying to think of what that would be. That is uh, what do you like? It's silhouetting the muscle features. There's a word for it that I'm blanking on right now, but there is like sort of like lighting and cinematography phrase or terminology that can be used to emphasize these sort of like effects. So I honestly would have to do a little bit of digging
Rim lighting.
Like I said, rim lighting was my first. That was the first thing I guessed, and I was like, nah, it's not that. It has to do something
chromatic aberration. Can also
make
be
it punchier.
used.
Yep, make it punchier. I would say that there is glowing blue, bouncing light off of like that kind of prompt, that kind of phrasing.
Yeah, or a highlight or something.
Ooh,
like that.
highlight,
Just
blue.
Be as direct.
Yeah, blue highlights shimmer off of the character or something like that. All right, let's get this upscale of Kinky here real quick. I just want to get the
make it punchier. The director.
Yes. Can you make it pop?
Trend.
And it's like, and then you just
pop
their head.
Exactly. Yeah.
So with this,
I want to see more oomph.
More oomph. Yeah. So what we could do for Kinky here is again very similar. We're going to use the alpha channel trick here. 1 point. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and set for this alpha channel here. You could also very easily use the Midjourney website just to drag the alpha channel to the position you want, hit end frame, and then paste the image that you want. Again, you don't have to. You can use this in either direction. The alpha channel could be in the start frame or the end frame, but it works surprisingly well for video extensions as well, which we might get into. We'll see. But I want to at the very least show that we can definitely get some interesting like crowd shots as well as like scenes of attack. Like basically, I want to see the eggplant shooting Grimware by the end of this, but I want to first get Kinky into there as the announcer. Let's say that a red witch screams into a microphone as let's say blue lightning strikes behind her, causing many explosions through the war-torn European city. I am speaking a little slower because I'm dealing with the lag of my browser through the war-torn European city. There you go. And we'll just go with that one for Kinky's reaction here. Now I'm gonna get some of your other characters. I need more characters, guys. I need more
Yeah.
I need more people fighting Grimware here. So use the
Also,
style
so maybe
reference.
we need Kinky while we wait for Kinky.
I have that's right, yeah. Whenever you want to do the announcements, Kinky, I'm down for that. Sorry I'm a little late on that. She might be
Is
MIA
Kinky
at the
even
moment.
here?
She might be MIA. It's all good. It's all good. What I'm gonna do is I just need to come in. Just want more characters with the style reference, guys. So let's just as a reminder for everyone that is new here, we are currently using a specific style reference in order to keep continuity between our shots. And the style reference that we are using is this one. Nope, not that one. Come on, where is it?
What did you just click? Wait, what did you
I
just
clicked
click?
I clicked on an older version of it. Let's go ahead and
No,
find
it's important. What did you just click?
this one. So I don't know.
This one.
We demand you exist.
That is from whom?
Uh,
That is from who? Who did that?
I don't. What is it? I don't. It's causing me to scroll through and backtrack. Let's see. That's from me.
It's from you. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Let me just
Well
get
said.
this. Let's go ahead and get the SRF in there. No, not that one. All right. I'm going back to my Midjourney images. This is taking too long. Let's go back. Okay. This is the SRF here that we've been using. So I'm going to copy this over, copy image address. And now you could take any of your characters and use this sref, and it should help align it with the style that we're going for with this. So hyphen sref. And then 16.9. That is the only requirements for today. In fact, because I know that iTroll4You is going to link this later. This is the official code for today. But let's go ahead and now set this to be another character from you guys. I'm going to just pop ourselves into the character portal. And let's take... I feel like I want to pick someone a little more sci-fi. A little more sci-fi. Okay, you know how we can do that? We can filter for it. So inside of the character portal, we have different filters. We have sci-fi here. So let's click on sci-fi.
And it
And
also always has sci-fi stuff.
always. I'm going to take... I just want to make sure I get a bit of an older character here.
I mean, maybe somebody has maybe a sci-fi character for us to use. You need to post stuff. Oh, Fungymancer just posted the Reaper thing.
For a joke I made
AI
just an hour
taking
ago.
more jobs.
Time comes for everybody. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right.
Yes, Lolo too. Post your sci-fi characters.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Beatrice here. I'm just gonna start with Beatrice from Lolo. Let's go ahead and get her without the mask. Copy. I'm just gonna use a single image of her to start. So we'll take this one. I know these are old images for you, Lolo. So like I could go to a much newer one. Let's just take her. Yes, we'll take this one. This is a good one. Copy. I like this one a lot. They're all good, but this one I like a lot. So let's go ahead and hit copy on here. And now I'm going to say that this is a a blue-haired mohawk girl with what is her preferred weapon, Lolo? What would you like for her to have in order to go against Grimware? Real quick, I'm curious what you suggest here. I'm going to start describing her outfit a bit. Orange hoodie, an hacking Omni tool. Okay.
Hacking.
With a hacking Omni tool. I get what you mean by Omni tool. She's kind of a pacifist. Yeah, right. Okay, cool. Wearing orange hoodie or rain jacket with hacking Omni tool. Okay, and while holding, I'll say that she's while holding a hacking tool. Okay, and now I'm going to paste her image into there. Grab it from the character portal here, right click on it, copy image address, paste that into the start of the prompt here, and now set the image weight to something like 0.4, 0.3, just so we have plenty of influence of, let's go at 6.5, because I want to make sure it looks a lot like the character. We'll start with this and then go from there. We have some, we got some, Jay Chalet has got some lead characters for us running towards. I like this. I like these this trio here. Let's go for there's some pretty cool stuff with this result. I love the portals in the sky that are shooting down. That's awesome. I'm upscaling that. I love, of course, you guys always get me with character smirks. This smirk is great. It's a good smirk. But let's go ahead.
Oh god, there's so much stuff in VC Create.
I know. I'm still going through a lot of it. Enid's got some pink sci-fi stuff going on. I like it. I like the fourth one the most with the tail. Okay. Die bird. Okay. All right. So you can see that the influence of the style reference is it's there, but the image prompt is pretty high. I left it at 0.65 for this purpose. But let's try to drop that down to like 0.2, so maybe we can get a little more muted in our color palette here. But this should be enough. So like if because look, she has like the moon behind her on this first result here. None of these really truly look like her just yet because I am doing a bit of an expression run with this one. But I'm very curious to see what we get off of this result here. I think it's pretty cute. And I will now copy this image. We could do variation subtles. Like, feel free, guys, to iterate off of the stuff I'm messing with here. I'm very curious to see it. A young woman with long reddish black hair. Okay, all right, wait. Okay, so you did give me a challenger. All right, cool. I'll check that out here in a minute. But for now, I want to make sure that we get this prompt in there. And then Kiki's looking awesome with this with the lightning and the microphone here. Where are we genning these images in the stream? You'll find it
in VC Create.
Yeah. So let me show you where that is really quick. So if you're on the Midjourney Discord, you're going to go to VC Create right above the stage here, and that's where you can prompt with us today. You'll be able to see just above that is also VC Text, and that's where you're chatting right now. So it's just below where you're chatting. Nice. Golem is already messing with this. Oh, I like this character a lot. Oh my god. Very grim of you. I like it. Is that a grandma? There's someone's grandma. Someone's like, Grandma, go fight the Grim Reaper for me.
Oh. The pastor just claimed the hijacker.
Ooh.
Also, welcome the Husk Lifestyle and Frangie. If you're new here, we're doing a little bit of a special thing today where people try to compete and complete some curses, claim some curses for themselves, complete some tasks. But you can join here if you want to. Lolo is writing thanks for your dedication and warming presence, Kinky Kong.
I appreciate that.
welcome to the group, Husk Lifestyle. I'm really welcome to jump in and start messing around with some of the stuff that we're doing here today. The
Yeah.
I will mention that
Also,
if you have any questions, just feel free to bring it into VC text. More than happy to answer them as we go.
yes, and don't worry about if they are for newbies or if you think it's not fitting. If we can explain stuff here, that's what we're here for.
So
Right now
what?
we're fiddling a lot, or Victor is fiddling a lot with video, and we're trying to do different characters and, yeah, well, do epic fight scenes, or at least very flashy scenes right now.
Yes, very flashy scenes. The main thing is that we want to get to the point where we're prompting two characters together and then able to have them interacting with this scene. We could also jump to older models to kind of mess around with doing that as a composite. So, for example, what I can do is create that quickly inside of Photoshop for you guys. Now, you don't have to use Photoshop. You can use the Midjourney editor to do this. I just have everything kind of conveniently for me right now here. So I want to be able to create an image where both characters are in this frame at the same time. So we have a couple of examples here that I could use. Um, I could use this one here and then put the character as an over the shoulder or maybe just their foot here. Or I can use this image here and then put the character in this result as like they're staring at Azure or one of the other hero characters that we've picked up here. So let's do that. I'm going to copy this image here, and we will do the rest of it inside of the Midjourney editor here. Okay. So let me get rid of all these tabs because there are so many tabs from you guys here. So many. Boop. Okay. So I'm going to go to the editor here. I'm going to paste this. And let's first clean up these edges. Like I said, we really want to make sure that we got good, clean edges on our frame here. So I'm going to take this back shot, clean up the edge, like so. You have too many Firefox tabs.
I love
open.
this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
good.
cute.
It's
I
accurate.
love foxes. Foxes are great.
All right. Now we need to make sure that we actually add one of the characters to this shot. Okay. So let's go back into VC Create. I'm seeing Grandma with blue electricity. Is this the evil mad scientist? It's your grandma. Because that would be quite funny. Um, Death comes for us all, not for me. Oh, nice little beach walk here. Um, let's go for. Uh, I want to grab one of these characters here and have it be a reaction. So I want to make sure it's a good perspective of that. So let's double check again. This is our perspective. So we kind of want a lower angle shot because this you have to kind of imagine where the camera is. The camera is slightly lower than the villain here, pointing slightly up. So let's go ahead and grab that image of Azure that we have. I'm actually just going to open another Midjourney tab here. Scroll on down to wherever Azure showed up. I think that was earlier. And the idea is we're just collecting dailies or footage. In at least in film and animation, when you're reviewing the rough cuts, it's called watching the dailies. You're watching what you produced that day, and then deciding what's good, what's bad. You're just making notes basically. And the at least for this, we are seeing a lot of good stuff, but a lot of it is going to be like stuff that I end up taking and turning into something else. So let's take this amazing shot of Azure that Tanner got with Omni referencing from version 7 and hop ourselves back to the editor here, and we're just going to paste that into this image here. So you can see
It's a little bit sad with the top bar. Yeah.
We'll get that cleaned up in a minute. It definitely wanted to preserve that top bar for some reason. And it's always just some reason. Like you could just re-roll that and it would fix it. It's it's not a big deal. But we'll let this load for a second here. I want to see from you guys what you're all up to. Yes, the looking up and being like, "What is? Oh no, that's bad." That's the reaction I'm getting off of this face right here. Oh no no no, evil grandma. All right, let's see how this rendered went. It's still doing it. Okay, hold on a second. Let me refresh this. Now I'm going to use a different way to bring an image into here. Um, I'm going to grab this image and right click on it and hit add image address or copy image address because it's a different way to add it. You just hit the add button down here on the bottom, add from URL. This goes a little bit faster. Oh, it failed to load the image. Interesting. Okay, let's force it to be an image we can actually recognize by pasting it inside of VC Create. I see foxes.
Yeah. There's 3 foxes.
By
More.
pasting this image, it creates a new link for us inside of Discord here. So let's see if that fixes it so I can just add it now. Add from URL. Okay. There we go. There he is. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Smart Select tool. And I am going to select all of Azir here and then delete his background. So erase background. Okay. And now I am just going to scale him down. So we'll scale him down to be something like here. Move him over to here. It's a good idea to have some overlap, but it can be a little harder to do that when you're doing this with the editor. So what I'm going to recommend is that we come into here, we overlap a little bit, something like this, okay, and then we are going to go into the paint tool and we're just going to remove on the layer that Azura is the angel character. We're just going to remove around his hand here, like something like this. And then we're also going to clean up his eyes to be looking at the character. And we do that just with descriptions. So the last thing we need to do is that it's a little tough for you guys to see, but inside of the hand you actually have some cutout from the wing. We want to go to the layer 2, hit the paint tool, erase again, and this time we're just going to trace around his hand. The idea here is that we want it to fill in this stuff on its own, but we need to give it the ability to say, oh, okay, you want me to fill that area in as well. So let's go for this. We're going to say that this is a fight sequence between an angel, let's just say a blue-haired angel, and a robot Grim Reaper. This is just going to give us that context that we need for the rest of this image. And then I'm also going to fill in this last little top part here, this part that did not generate. That little strip there. Okay. Sometimes you'll get a strip like that, by the way, because you have 1 or 2 pixels that you did not cover up with the erase tool. It doesn't take a lot of suggestion to force like these kind of like cropping issues and stuff. I would much rather just let's take a look at what we got here. Oh, hey. I know what I forgot to do here. Everything looks good, but I forgot to clean up the back of the side.
I was just staring at that and was like, this looks wrong. What's going on?
What's going on is the fact that I did not erase the second layer, the layer that's underneath it. I did not erase what's underneath that. So I need to go to erase paint and then erase what's behind his head so that it will generate new eyes, new face for him. Right now it just left what was in the background, which is like a dark sky. Yeah. So now we'll hit submit with the exact same prompt and it should be good.
Yeah, by the way, if you're doing something like this, it's kind of important to mention the eye color of the person you're replacing, because otherwise you're going to get any eye color. So, yeah.
That is true. That is true. Let's take a look at what we got here. I like the staring more here, but I want to clean up the side of his face now. Because now it's all been compressed down to 1 layer. As soon as you hit the submit button, it's going to compress it down to 1 layer. So let's go ahead and just clean up the edges of his face. I like how angry Azir looks. You never see Azir angry because Tanner's a really nice guy. And you just never see Azir like properly angry. And this does it for me. So that's cool. So let's take a look. So you can see they did the compositing of the wings super well. We just want to come into here and fix up the last little bit of his ear. There we go. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay, now we have a good composite between Azure and the Grim Reaper guy. And so we can now hit download, or we'll just hit upscale to create page. I usually upscale 2 or 3 times because it's one of those things where I notice very subtle differences between each upscale, and it makes me very picky about which one I end up using. If I am doing graphic novels, comics, or anything that is like a 2D medium, I'll go even farther. I'll upscale 5 to 6 times to see which one I like the most, because I really don't want to have to go back and fix line art and things like that just because I wasn't happy with the first, or I was too quick to pick the first result. Um, all right, so and you can see here that even though her hair is wrong for B, I really like the animation of her face reacting to this. She seems like one of those like cocky mechanic characters, right? Like she's like, of course I know how this works. What do you think of me? Some kind of more, like I can see
Yeah.
just that level of attitude from her, which is cool. But I would completely in paint out this long hair that she has in the back of her head. It is way too conflicting with what's happening in here.
It's
Okay.
not my fault that the discombobulator doesn't combobulate correctly.
So this is also what I want to point out to you guys here. Take a look at Azir's eyes. Um, as I upscaled, look how different each one of these eyes are. I like this one the most, which is the one I'm going to keep, right? But it is true that if you want to go even farther, like cleaning up little bits of the hair and stuff like that, you could use other programs to do it too. In fact, a very very fast one that I can show you guys is another in painting tool from Photoshop. And I'm just doing that because it's just another way to do things. I want to make sure we keep things as diverse here as possible. So let me just quickly paste this image into here. See how much bigger it is than the original as well? That's awesome. Upscaling does a lot of really great stuff to get you those really good mid-journey frames. But let's go ahead and now go ahead and in-paint the edges of his hair. And then I'm just going to hit Gen Fill from Photoshop. Without any prompt or any description, it does the same thing as a void prompt with Midjourney, right? So like you're basically just saying, use only the context of this image to fill in the rest of this. And now Azure has spiky hair. He doesn't have spiky hair, so we're going to go with the flat one here. But now we just compress that down, make this into an image that I can copy, and then I'm going to go to VC Create and first just paste this result here so that you guys have it. I'm also going to go into the character portal now and make sure that Azure, by searching for Azure here, has this image. He's not sci-fi, that's why he's not showing up. Okay, Azure. Why? Okay, hold on a second. I have another thing turned on. Sci-fi. Turn off sci-fi. There we go. There he is. Okay. I see you've been keeping updated with him. I have to turn off the sci-fi. Okay. So now his image is going to be inside of his character portal entry. So this image will be basically backed up. It'll let us be able to use this in the future for when we continue this and whatnot. But I want to first make sure we animate with it. So let's now paste this image into the prompt bar up here. It's going to paste it as an image prompt. We are going to immediately delete that and turn it into a either an end frame or a start frame. So let's go ahead and get rid of this and then hit that image button again and then drag that first result to start frame. And now because I've used alpha channels a ton on here, I could just go back in my library at any point here and find one of the alpha channel results, this little square, you see it's like blank. I can now just come up to here and paste it into the end frame here. Just drag and drop it. Boom. Now it's in there, and I can call this a dark anime fight sequence. And then I think I already wrote most of this prompt already. So yes, a fight sequence between a blue-haired angel and a robot Grim Reaper. Let's go ahead and just hit submit on this as a video, and then we'll also do one where we've done it reversed. So we'll drag this to start frame and then hit end frame as this image here. Boom. I'm going to do high on both just so that we get a lot of action and stuff in this. But we can also do this with the image of Azure by himself. So essentially, we're going to start off with Azure like looking all like straight at towards us, and then reveal him towards the back. But there is a problem with doing that, which is if we look at this image of Azure, he has the city behind him, right? But there is no city in the final result. So if you run that as a video, what's going to happen is that it'll basically just slide this background into place. It doesn't really have the continuity necessary to bring these two concepts together. So to fix that, oftentimes what I'm doing is I'm taking this image here and then adding one or two of those buildings to the backgrounds. Okay, to give us that context. So that it knows, oh, okay, you want this all to be in the same location, but this is like maybe an extra foggy part of the city or something like that. Um, the moon is going to give us a lot of context, like as well, to kind of link up to. So we just kind of want to get all these things. But look at this. Look at the initial frames and how good this is going to look by the time we get this done.
Oh yeah.
Like it's I love the alpha trick. It's so important for exploring Midjourney video. I mean I have recommended it as a default feature, like just to say, all right, hallucinate the start frame, hallucinate the end frame.
Yep.
I do wish we had this without having to do this alpha channel trick, but I think it might be because it is very random without a very detailed prompt. Like you really do need to double down on what you're writing when you're doing this kind of stuff, because it will do whatever it wants when it comes to whatever that starting image is. So
Oh, wow, bottom right looks so cool.
yeah,
Like
we
with Azure coming into the foreground, and this could. Like, I'm always getting excited when I see the individual images, the keyframes. Sometimes it just, most of the time, it just turns out really bad. But this looks so cool.
I wouldn't even say that it like here's the thing about this. I find myself using Midjourney Video for capturing frames as much as I'm using it for the final video. The continuity you get
Yeah.
with Midjourney Video is probably some of the best in the industry right now. Just the act of spinning around a character like we do with our character turnaround, something that we've talked about a ton here. Oops, I just ruined my browser window. Hold on a second, let me fix this. There we go.
Lolo soon has just infected somebody, apparently.
Oh,
Great.
I had to spotlight this one. Oh, that's a good one, dude. I like that. Husky lifestyle. I like it. Oh, husky.
Oh, that's for sure also. That's also for sure a great style reference.
This will make a
I
really good
just
style reference.
this has like it reminds me of
The Western. It reminds me
Madoka
of.
Magica.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Western that we made because of the red black dominance with the white highlight accents.
Hmm.
But let's take a look at what we got when we had the alpha channel at the front of this prompt here. And we have Azure walking around the Grim Reaper character, which is great because we could easily inpaint a new face onto the character. But look what it did here. Because the alpha channel's at the start, it wants the frame to end as a white or black frame, right? Because there is no alpha channels for video, at least not for MP4s. You would have to get like a red camera to get a lot of, or like the red footage format in order to get alpha channels in video footages. But look at like it blows up with light. But now, if we have the alpha channel at the start, we are getting some really cool spinning around and movement of this character. It's so cool. But what I'm going to do here is we are basically going to slide our way through this video result. Like, look at this. Like, just these sort of images here where we have the ability to turn Azure around and have him against...
The wing movement.
Yeah, the wing movement is awesome. Look at that. Like, right there. So what we do is we take a really good frame that we have for this. So let's take this one here. And then I'm going to hit copy current frame. I right click on the image, hit copy current frame, and then we can literally use that as an image prompt. So this loops us all the way back to the beginning of the stream, where we talked about using image prompts in order to guide compositions. Okay, so now I have this image prompt here. We have our style reference from earlier, so let's grab that as well. Where is it? Just a moment. There it is. We have our style reference. Okay. And now we can basically describe this fight sequence and apply an image weight. Let's do 0.4 to start. Between, let's just say a dark anime. And then we'll set that to submit. So the idea here is that with the lower image weight, we're allowing more freedom for Midjourney to make decisions for us. But I forgot to set the aspect ratio. But yes, essentially this image prompt, depending on the value of it, will dictate how much it borrows this composition. So we have a sword, we have a scythe. I'm very curious if it merges those concepts together, or if we get a nice clean result out of that. But the idea here is that we can explore these video results and actually use these frames, these really good frames that we got from it. So
the top left one is crazy. If we ignore the beginning, and yeah, just from here to the end,
right, the spin.
That's like even in reverse. Would it's
yeah, exactly.
It's cool.
Reverse. So like if I download this video right now, download raw video. I'm gonna load up After Effects for you guys. I already have it loaded here. Just a moment. Okay. So this is After Effects. It's a professional grade visual effects tool. It's what I used a ton at Robot Chicken and stuff. So I'm very familiar with it. But let's go ahead and crop it down like how Rhapsody suggested. So like something like for this wing flick here, right here. Okay. And then I'm going to delete what was before, and we're just going to now take this video and right click on it and hit time reverse layer. And this will reverse the footage. Whoa, look at this little speckle thing I didn't even notice at the beginning of this clip here, or the end of this clip. Okay. Now that we have this, like that, we could basically do a time ramp to make it look like Azure is super fast. So I can hit Control Alt T, which opens the time remapping tool. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to hit a keyframe at the beginning of our clip and a keyframe at the end of our clip. And then I just drag these two keyframes to be closer to each other. And what this is going to do is it basically cuts out frames. It ramps up the video. Yeah, that should be good. And we basically slow down for the end of it here. Let's go for till here. Okay. And now our clip is like this. We get a nice little spin, and he could be, knocking the scythe from off of him in the back or whatever we want the action to be here. But now we have multiple shots that we can work with, like especially this one, like this angle with the sword popping out, like the strong force perspective of the sword. We could definitely use this again. But let's pop ourselves now back over to the results that we got here. Okay, all right. So you can see here, it's definitely very loosely interpreting what the angel should be and what the robot should be. It's very much we probably want to increase our image weight significantly for this. But it's very cool. It's so much cleaner than it was before. So let's take advantage of that. Hit use. Bring up the image weight to 1.4. So we're going to add a whole one on there. We're going to set the aspect ratio to 16:9. And then we should be getting real close to something cool out of that. But whatever we do with this stuff today, guys, I'm actually going to bring it to the next stream and have even more of this video done, because like I said on last week's stream, I very much want to have a finished product out of one of our streams that is from you guys, that we can share on a much wider platform, and I feel like this is a really good start to that. So at least for the rest of this month, I'm going to spend time working on this video with you guys. So if you didn't, catch enough of this stream or otherwise want to participate in this, come back next week. We will have this all over again, but it will be doing new things. You'll have a new challenge to deal with from Grimware, probably revealing his first move that isn't swiping with a scythe. So I'm basically slowly building up a team of villains so that on the next Friday the 13th in November, yes, I'm planning as far out as November, we will have an entire roster of villains for us and heroes to combat those villains. So I want to see us
Yeah.
build a little bit of a fandom and have some fun with it. So if you guys are down for that, let's do it. But if you're not
And
interested in this, we have more stuff that we do, fantasy related or
oh,
whatever. It's so much stuff.
we have a lot of stuff going on. Also, you don't need to wait a week to just join in with the fun and work with us on these things. You can just join the Nerdly Studios server and become part of an amazing community that will be meeting in, I guess, a few minutes, if I interpret Victor's move to talk about next week right.
Yes.
Because we're gonna do something that we're going to do every single week after the streams end, and that is the show after the show. So right after this stream ends, you can just hop on over to the Nerdy Studios server and get onto stage with us, talk with us. The whole community meets over there. We listen in on anything that you guys are doing, talking about the week. Sometimes we go into Workshop 2.0. We will see. Today we're going to have a little look at the 13 curses. That we're running in the background, and whatever you guys come up with. And if you want even more, if you want to bring your own work or talk about the stuff or just hang out with people and work together on Wednesdays, we have our jam sessions where everybody can bring their own work. If you need help, we're happy to help. If you just want to sit in a room with other people while everybody is working on their own stuff, this is the right day to join. Just get in and see what it's all about. And if you just want to have fun and hang around while we watch or while we play some games, or even if you want to join playing games, we have game nights on Thursdays where we at the moment play a big 6-player game of Catan that we will no, we played it yesterday. Did I actually win? I won. Yes,
you did.
I did win. We finished that game. We are customizing actually our Catan board to be in line with like our little our spell broke universe.
The fantasy
and
world
making
that
a
we
custom
built.
Catan board. Yeah, a fantasy Catan board. And we play on that. We also play other things depending on how many people show up. So just come by, have a great time, get on the server, talk about your stuff, get help. We're happy to see you there.
Yeah, please join. And I wanted to thank Kinky
Yeah.
and AC for making this all happen. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Do you want to
Thank
tell
you.
people about prompt battles again, now that we're at the end of the stream?
Come to prompt battles. It's every weekend.
Yeah, it's a great way to get out of the box from whatever you're making right now. I promise. And Kinky's so much fun to hang with. So it is something that I recommend every one of you guys do. But if not,
We would love it if you can.
yeah, for sure, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks again for Rhapsody for co-hosting with me today, and I'll see you guys at the show after the show. I hope to see you there anyway. And thank you all so much. I'm gonna try not to get snowed in because I have 3 feet of snow coming at me tonight. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys. You all have a good night.
Good luck, Victor.
Thank you, Kiki.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care, y'all.